So welcome back, chaps and chapesses. Today we're doing a little bit of, well, back to normal stuff. Today, well, we're in this, which is the Class 91 at Berwick upon Tweed. So whilst the doors open and the passengers moonwalk off my train, we can just have a look around and see what's going on. So, in the last video I did from this station, we were here in a Class 390. Now, we've got an engine at the back as well. That's cool. I'll take a Class 91 at the back. That's cool. So in the last video, as I said, we were driving the 390 north up to Edinburgh, and I thought, well, I've driven down from Berwick to Newcastle, but I've never really shown you guys the drive from Berwick to Newcastle. And it's, for me personally, it's one of it's my favourite part of the line. So the passengers are on board. The guard's sounded his whistle. Everything's set. We'll clear the AWS warning. I'm just going to turn some audio on for the game so I can actually hear it, because I near enough muted it because I didn't need it before. Got a little bit of audio going on, that's good. So I don't need dynamic braking, and you can just put on the station. So this is the Class 91. It's at the other end of the train. My lights are set, yeah they are. And yeah, let's get going. The game has been intensely smooth, as I think I mentioned in the video I did with the 221 Voyager. I'm actually not sure when this video is going to go live, but all I am sure is, even though it's going to be like an hour's drive, I am going to do it as one video. I love Berwick. The Railwayman was filmed here with Converth. This is the main rail bridge, which name escapes me. It's absolutely glorious, though. If you see it IRL, it really does look really nice. Berwick's walled city in the border. This is actually technically the border. Once you leave Berwick, about down there, that becomes Scotland. Yeah. The border, I think I showed you as we went northbound, isn't that much further. No, we don't have radio working on here, but it's not that much further north of here, so it's a pretty spectacular little route. You can get the speed going now. So you can get all sorts. The switches in here are, yeah, we can. I prefer the backlighting on here for some reason. It's a bit of a rainy day today, as it has been IRL. Those of you who do bother to do make it this far in the video, it's today was the day we had the major flooding in Carlisle. That's the end of this coach, and then that's the other train. This is actually the Edinburgh to, the West Coast Main Line train. And again, I closed the blinds at the back because, as I mentioned, it's like being in a car. You'd pull the curtain. Some people have the sunshades they put on their cars for when it's a really hot day. And I have that in my train. You can just go flat out now. There we go, and we haven't even broken the speed limit yet. You can see what they actually put in this carriage at the end. It's not an engine of sorts. And what they do is, this is where all the food goes. Because, these trains will do something like Edinburgh to London in 4 hours. And they need, galley cart refills, and it all goes in here. And they also put, you put all sorts of baggage in there, that's outsized baggage. Dilute windscreen finish clean only with tepid water and detergent solution. Cool. Whatever that meant. Alright, 100 miles an hour. We are bringing the speed up very nicely. This train does look a bit weird, since when it's got the pantograph at the front. But I think it looks. These trains, when you see them IRL, look really weird as well. Don't worry. So I saw one of these when I was up in Edinburgh a few days ago. I nearly vlogged it, and I was like, oh my god, Class 91, but no, I didn't vlog it because it was one of the Freightliner ones. But yeah, I didn't vlog it, so my loss. As I said, southbound, we're stopping in Manners today because there's a glitch in the scenery. is when you get south of Manners, because basically it causes it to derail because it thinks that, everything but the train actually thinks there's a line there, and it just crashes you. So we are going to actually max this train out and see how quickly we can make it go. I was considering doing this in like 30 FPS to see if I could, improve the video quality, but I don't think I can. I don't understand the difference between that and 0. I'm just going to leave it at minus 100%. It's also, as I said, it's a bit of a rainy day, so we can put the windscreen wipers on. It's not really impacting on the windscreen at all. But, yeah. Oh, I see this thing only goes as fast as 110. I see that now. The horn doesn't work. Yeah, so you got to use the bell because the horn seems a bit dodgy. But the train does move. We've got about. I wouldn't say we've got a lot less than an hour to go. I would say that we've got maybe 40 minutes. Currently just getting a note at trainsim.com because, yeah. Now it's a class 82 on the back. If I zoom out, we can do like the cool drive-by kind of perspective thing on the train. Let's see what the interior is like. Alright, it doesn't actually have an interior view. That's a bit naff really, because it wasn't exactly a free ad on this, but yeah. But it does, the driver's cab seems a lot like the 225. That's a 158 Voyager going, sorry, 158 Voyager? Sprinter going the other way, 3-car. Yeah. See, 3-car Voyager, the Sprinter going past the end of our train. As I've said, we're going to stop in probably only Allenmouth. I mean, I can show you the map. That's obviously Manners because, as I said, we've got to stop in Manners because the train's a bit broken there. So just before you get to Allenmouth, you go through all this stuff. It's Belford, yeah, it's a long way south of here. It's basically like you go through a curve, then a straight bit. There's a bit of track off on the right as well. Yeah, that's Allenmouth there. It's easy to spot Allenmouth approaching from the south because you start getting this, and that's when you start braking. But with this one, there's just a very steep curve. It said whistle. I'm not sure why I whistled out of that. I mean, I don't know why that windscreen wiper's tied to the other one as well, but yeah. As I say, this is one of the reasons I don't drive mainline trains as much as I drive others. Because it's like, you get it up to speed, and then all you're doing is hitting the AWS sounders and the DSD sounders. Now I've literally done runs like this, and in the background I've been doing video editing. Well, not video editing because that just kills FPS, and it means the render takes for like hours. But you got my drift there. Now this is actually my first train run full stop with Class 90 in Train Simulator. I'd say so far I rate quite highly because it works very nicely. Horn sounds a bit dodgy. Hang on. Position yourself in front of the train. Further, like the horn as opposed to the bell, just personally. don't know why we're getting so much lags, because it's like running at 30 FPS. You know, coming up on Crag Mill. I've got a generic idea of the layout just north of Allenmouth. Because as I said, I did this train run in a Class 220 Voyager a few days ago. And I remember coming back down this line. It was the middle of the night. And I had no idea where I was. Because it was a non-stop from Edinburgh, and the first stop was Allenmouth, which we'll be stopping at. And I remember, you know, sitting in the train, ringing my dad up to say, "Dad, I'm on my way back. I've been on the train for 40 minutes, so I'm about 20 minutes out of Morpeth, which was the place I was getting off. But I've got no idea where I am." And then as I'm saying that, I looked to my left and looked out the window, and I saw this bridge, and I don't know if it's actually modelled in the game. But as I said, I just saw it and I was like, right, I know exactly where I am now. Because it's a bridge in a town that neither me nor my dad can remember the name of it, but we know exactly what bridge it is. Because it's like completely out of place. It's a bit like the Millennium Bridge on Tyneside, but more out of place obviously, because it's in like a tiny little sleepy country village. But yeah. And that was the story of how I got home. Somebody on a siding waiting for us to get past. Oh, it's the nuclear train. Nuclear. For some reason, the more modern pictures of these I've seen, they use the same carriages, but they seem to run them as like double headers with Class 66 trains on. Not sure why, but they just do. Yeah, facts. So that's Craig Mill we've gone through now, and it's back to 125 limit if you pulled on from the side junction. I wonder how far we can actually zoom out in this. Are we zooming out or not? I don't think we are. I think we are. Yeah, we are. Oh, we're not much further then. Yeah, I was definitely zooming out there. Okay, so we're going to have to start pulling some speed off because it's 105 sector. Yeah, it slows us down here for some reason. I wonder if I just like idle power. It's not actually losing any energy. Yeah, I think it's just bringing us down for a steep turn. We can hold 105 for the time being. This train doesn't seem to have AWS fitted because otherwise it would have kicked off by now. Or DSD, sorry. About 30% normally does it, or 40% in this train because this train's a little bit underpowered. So why did it bring our speed down for that section, I wonder? Could it be this bridge? You can't go under it going too fast. Going through Chat Hill now. There we go. Up to full power. All the braking's released. I don't understand how to use that brake there. Yeah. I'm trying to work out how far geographically Allenmouth is south of Chat Hill, because I'm not 100% sure myself, but it'll give me a nice way to judge my arrival speed into Allenmouth. I know I'm just doing this as a quick drive scenario and I wouldn't have to stop in Allenmouth, but I kind of want to stop Allenmouth, there we go, and Morpeth. about 9 miles north of Annex. Alright, Brunton Airfield we're going by on the left apparently. But no, it's about 9 miles north of Annex, so we've got about 10 miles until we have to stop for Allenmouth. Yeah, it's Brunton Airfield's going by on the left. Yeah, it's the town of Lesbury, just north of Allenmouth. And that's what me and my dad can never ever... You know, we always get mixed up for being... That looks like Brunton. Yeah, that's the airfield at Brunton. That's actually one of the main selling points of this route, in terms of detail, is the airfield at Brunton. I think it's shut down now because they don't use it. Oh no, apparently there's some Cessnas parked here. Let's go and have a look at some Cessnas. There's like a way to make the camera move faster. We've got to like literally look up like this. And then you're like over to the top of things. They're clones! Oh my god. They don't have Pappies here. Right, the ultimate test of Pappy lights. No, they're not Pappy lights. Disappointed. Yeah, that was like a whistle sign because I think there's pedestrian crossings every so often on these runs. Yeah, that would have been at that. Yeah. It's the Northern 158s again. The Sprinters aren't actually as popular as Just Trains makes them out to be. I'm going to be buying a Class 146. Yeah, 146. I think it's the 146, which is what they use on these routes. Yeah, and they frequent this area quite a lot, and it's what you would get if you were getting a train from Newcastle to, let's say, Berwick. And that was like one of the stopper trains. Most people would catch the express because they will literally charge you like £5 for it. I did Morpeth, Edinburgh, Morpeth for £15 each way, which was just absolutely cray-cray, in my opinion. Oop, zoom again. Work out what little mill is. As I said, I'm just trying to work out this out because I'm not 100% familiar with the line yet. Let me just look at the map on here. Yeah, it was still a little way away. That's Allenmouth there. It's actually got just AI stops, I think. And I'm here. So I just got to remember that once I go sweeping right, then a bit more of a right, then a sweeping left, and the sweeping left I really need to start braking. Basically, that's what we've decided. I love Doppler effect. No. So this is the sweeping right, and then be like a slight more right, and then I've got to stop braking. I have to wait, remember this. Another Class 20. What's this one hauling? That one's got ballast trucks on. Right, and start braking. Yeah, that's... This, I think this is coming from a slight right now. Yeah, it's quite a steep turn before you get into... what do you call it? The station at Almouth. There we go, Almouth, 1 3/4 mile. Step 3 braking. A little bit of coach train braking as well, I think. I'm going to be stationary in a mile. This is the steep turn that I was telling you about. Full service braking now, just fairly quick braking application. Sander's going to come on. AWS horn can come off. I'm just keen to not have wheel slip going on as I'm trying to slow my train down. Once you get around this bend, it does jump out on you. Literally, right? I saw the bridge. The one I was telling you about in that thing about those floods are quite accurate at the minute. But I was telling you about that. Coming down here on the train. I was actually coming down this piece of line, and I looked down there. It's not here, but it's drawn in. But literally here, IRL, that bridge there, is the bridge at Lesbury that is like my landmark for being home. I'm just going to release the brake there and let us roll into the station at a nice and respectable 30 miles an hour. I'm going to be aware of obviously how long the train is. So I'm going to put the engine behind the end of the platform just because I know it's a shortish platform here at Almouth. Oh crumbs, I've rolled over. Full service, oh crumbs. I've rolled too far. This is my first time trying to stop this train, so yeah. I'm literally just going to roll us back a few yards. I'm not sure if that's a legitimate thing, but... Step 5 braking. I'm going to roll the other end off on. No, I'm not. That's good. So we'll get everybody on now for our next hop, which is going to be down to. There we go, that's the doors closed, guard's blown his whistle, let's go. Everything's released so we can pull out the station now. We've got a 158 holding at the entrance to the station. I think he just sits there permanently. So that when you're driving the express trains northbound, you think, oh, they're holding a 158 for me. How sweet. How realistic. This platform is actually here in the real world, and there was a class 47 parked on it when I saw it. Those houses aren't like that, trust me. I've actually been here. I've driven over that bridge, IRL. Yeah, it looks like he's just like stopped there. Where's he going to? Bristol. Crikey, that's a bit of a trip for you, mate. You got people on board. You got people on board, mate. You should be going places. So up behind us in the fog, over there, that's a RAF base called RAF Boomer. It's one of the main QRA bases. It's one of the main radar sites in the UK. It's probably like a classified military fact. That there is that's a very nice bridge. Again, I've driven over it. I've actually driven down this road at no more than the speed limit. Another freight train we're coming up on. Oh man, it's got tractors on. Oh, it's the Class 60. Yeah, I was just learning to drive that recently. It's ridiculously difficult to drive. Right, I'm just going to go to full power now because we can afford to run a bit faster now. Again, that's the 158 Sprinters going northbound. It's AI. To give you an idea as well, I'm just going to have a look at the VAS usage of this game. So we're currently 2.5 gigabytes of VAS usage. I don't know if you can OOM this game or if it's 64-bit, I'm really not sure. But the taps are opening up quite nicely. It's 80 miles an hour. So with this train, I've got no concerns about going through the speed limit because it's that slow. That happens very rarely. I do actually really quite like the 91. I don't know what there is about like an electrical train that's this fast. We've only been going half an hour. It's probably going to be close to a 1 hour video by the time I'm finished. I will do a stop in about 20 miles in Morpeth, which I'll show you on the map now. I didn't realise you could have much further south of the thing this went. Oh, that's cool, so you can get like the metro line on. I'm actually going to literally stick a train on there and try and drive the metro line. It's not overground at that stage, sadly, but yeah. That does go a long way south. Didn't realise how far south it went, as I say. I've got a mill run to be doing as well in a few days, which I'll show you guys. Oh crumbs, I missed that. I completely missed that. Brake. Full service braking. Oh well, I'm breaking the speed limit. Sorry guys. 10 miles an hour. Please don't derail. Please don't derail. Please don't derail. Brakes off. Power back on. There we go. I was slowed down before I made it into the turn. That's Acklington. We're not stopping there. That's just a commuter station. I'm not even sure. It's literally not even that anymore. That's how small it is. Yeah, I've got it the 325 postal train, which I'm gonna have a look at, but I'm not sure yet. Alright, good. We'll go flat out now, I suppose. Yeah, it's a 110 limit. We can't exceed 110. The types of carriages we're hauling are pretty popular on the main network because they're obviously what do you call them? What like the Class 91s and Class 43s haul these things, and even in Europe they use these a lot because it's it's suited to these types of operations as well. That's a 220 Voyager going the other way at high speed cross country. That was me at about this time actually as well. Going northbound to Edinburgh. Now Shovington is near a place called Amble. I'm actually was here not so long ago, and it's the main war cemetery for RAF Acklington, which was at Acklington we just went past, and RAF Boomer and all the associated satellite fields. And there's actually a lot of Canadians and Australians buried there. Just a little known fact. So step 3, which brings down to 100, and then opening the taps up again. Yeah, Woodrington and got a station coming up again. Because at this stage we're down into the the belt where it starts to get more populated, getting closer to Newcastle. And horn. Just to warn any pedestrians who decide they want to cross in front of us. So as this isn't really like much like any company kind of repaint, in terms of IRLness, I don't think. Well, let's ask Google very quickly. This is the 90, so not 91. There's like a National Express livery which is similar-ish, but that's it in terms of what I can see on here. Oh no, here's one. Ah, this is Greater Anglia Trains. This is probably the closest livery I can see. GNER had a few, and all sorts of companies like that. This is Woodrington we're approaching, as I said. I've actually driven across the railway crossings here. And I reckon just open the tabs up once I get through Woodrington. That looks like, that's one of the 153s, the Just Trains 153s. Yeah, it's actually a station, it's just struggling to load it in because we're driving a high-speed train. Those people weren't just walking on sunshine, as they say. You can open the taps up now, fully. I'm actually eating the crust from last night's pizza, which is remarkably nice. No, it's not. That cut my gum. Ow. That's quite a steep turn. Power coming off again, got 105 limits. We'll just let the speed bleed off for that. This is Pegswood Station anyway. Why Pegswood's the station just north of Morpeth. That's actually was going to be my main decision point on where Morpeth is, because this is when I first got the route. I actually drove up to Pegswood. And then my dad was like, can we go up to Berwick? And I was like, okay then. And we drove the Voyager up to Berwick. About 40-50% thrust. just to keep us at 105 miles an hour. Just a nice round number there. You can see we're starting to hit the signs for Morpeth now. Driven over that bridge as well. When I told the driving instructor there was a station here, he didn't believe me. It is there, you just can't see it because, well, you can see the people walking on it. I'm kind of concerned about what Morpeth's going to look like once we get there, but anyway. I'm powerfully off now. That was an AWS shout for the 70 limit, so did that make sure that works. Oops, I'm a bit fast. So the reason there's actually a 50 limit here, just before we hit Morpeth, in IRL, it's just behind the platform for Morpeth, is the 50. But the reason they get you to slow down for Morpeth is the fact that there was a major derailment here in the 70s, and a train just went off the end of off the Morpeth curve, which I'll show you in a few minutes, once we stopped putting out of Morpeth and went into a housing estate. So yeah, and that's why we have such a tight speed limit in Morpeth. One of the ways the commuters know the train's coming is this crossing actually, lights up, and then you get the like the sound crossings make that I can't actually make for you as the train's arriving. Fact. Okay, we'll start braking some more. Step 5 braking, I would actually say. That branch line goes off towards where I'm living right now. Floating signs, that's absolutely fine. Okay, this is problems. Yeah, IRL, the sign for 50 is just behind the platform here. Oh crumbs, we're stopping too soon. Because, I mean, if it look that, it's not even crossed the branch line yet. It's a fairly long train we're driving today. That's another thing of this station, is it's a high-speed track, so the line's actually banked as you're going through the station. I think it's so banked that the train can't actually open doors right now, which is issues. But okay, we can head on our merry way again. So as I said, the Morpeth curve, train came barrelling off the end here. And as you can see, if you come barrelling off the end, or even here, you go straight ahead, and you go into those houses over there. How have I broken the train? There we go, I've fixed it again. Driven under this bridge so many times, it's not even funny anymore. And the trains don't look that big when they go over them, trust me. Don't think I've actually ever driven underneath it when there's been a train on it though, so I wouldn't be able to pass much judgment on that. So we are opening the taps up now. There's a 110 sign. And the next stop is all way at Manners. Now the train manager will now be PAing to all the passengers, telling them to move into the forward carriages if they wish to get off at Manners, which they all do, because this is where that's where we're terminating. Because the station at Manners isn't long enough for the whole train. It's a fairly small station. It's just been used to be a bit bigger, but they shrunk it down just because it's now only used by 153s really. Sorry that I'm munching on my pizza, but yeah, it's pizza. Doesn't look like the speed limit's going to go up beyond 110, but I'm not particularly concerned because this thing can't go much faster than that. I got a bit of a fright when I saw that signal then it was on red, and I kind of thought to myself, hang on, you know, the signal's on red, why am I still moving towards it? Oh, it's facing the other way. Just say I was putting it fine. That was Stannington Station there. It's actually a really long straight piece of track, this. Even when you drive over it in your IRL, you can literally look down it and it's ridiculously straight. You can even like see trains coming towards you when you're crossing and you feel like you're moving in far too late. But yeah, we've got Plessy Junction, Plessy Woods off on the left in the one in the valley. Again, nature park, very picturesque place. There goes the Horn, there'll be a crossing here, and it's about here. I know I've actually been over this crossing on foot. I literally live like 3 miles away from where we're driving right now. That's probably the main reason why. That's Plessy down there. It's Big Gorge. As I say, it's a country park now. Yeah. Cool stuff like that. Right about 108 miles an hour. Seems to be about the max speed of this train. So everything works. APW is Armstrong Powerhouse. Oh, AP Wiggins, okay. Cramlington coming up down the nose, 1.2 miles. Cramlington's, I've actually been for an interview here. This is literally like the area I live in, that's how I'm telling you so much about it. I've driven it on that road. This is an industrial estate, that's a place called American Air Filters. My grandma used to work there, and apparently I took over tinnitus. That's another road. Yeah. That's horrible seats in the interior. Oh, easy. Come on. There we go. My old OC lives over in that direction from Metcalfe. Cramlington Station coming up on the nose here. Sounding the horn. They're floating for some reason. Well, we're just going under the road. These are pedestrian overpasses. Cramlington was actually a really old town, but it was completely redone in the 60s to accommodate, the literally the 60s. And there's so many pedestrian walkways that you don't know about. It's just really weird. I get lost in the place regularly. You're having in manners in less than 7 minutes from now. We are going to average about 110 until we enter kind of Heaton Depot sort of area. If the game crashes once we get to Heaton Depot, I'm not going to refilm the entire scenario. I'll just tell you the game's crashed, and that was that. Yeah. It's a shame you can't start scenarios in places like Heaton Depot. You've got to start them in either Newcastle Central, Berwick, or I think Dunbar does them as well, and so does Edinburgh. Get off the road! There we go. We're coming at the Tyneside now. This is why it's literally juddering so much in terms of the frame rates. Because once we hit Tyneside, you get Heaton Depot, which is massive. It's one of the biggest repair places in the UK for trains. I mean, you see a lot of them a lot of trains there as we drive through. Is this a Class 390 going the other way? Do I see a 390? Yes, I do. Is it the Intercity one? Yes, it's the Intercity one. That's a bit naff. I was expecting to. I just installed the Virgin repaint for the Class 390, so I was hoping to see that today. Because yes. Yeah, I've got a few more. I'm actually doing hardcore video production today to give me a few days off again. It's I prefer. Yeah, I've actually done about 3 videos today. This will be the 3rd, I think. You know, and I know I do 2 uploads a day now, but still. Will this be the third? Actually, it's my 4th video today. I've done 2 train sim and 2 flight sim videos, and yeah, I actually got out of doing a group flight tonight, so I could do this because I couldn't be bothered with P3D anymore because it was just breaking. Yeah, so we're entering Benton, so I'm just going to lose some power now. You can see it's got dead man switch. So basically, if you release it, it releases the brake pressure. Yeah, and you can also use it to just release all the brake pressure all at once. The pressure you get, I think it's a pneumatic system that does the braking on this train. And it's fairly sensible. You just got to do like that to release brake pressure. Yeah, we're coming at a Heaton Depot kind of area. Is there still a train parked over there? Nope. Normally, for some reason, when I do these scenarios, there's trains parked there. This is getting like to the FSX levels of bad FPS. You can just see Heaton Northup Main coming up on the nose at 1 mile. It's an amber light. Either means I'm catching something up, or that it just wants me to start slowing down because I'm entering Tyneside, and we're like 3 miles from stopping. Heaton isn't actually that far from Manners, and Manners is literally like 1.5 miles from Central. Well, we'd normally be stopping, but as I said, the scenery breaks. It's fine if you're going northbound, but if you're going southbound, it just crashes you, seemingly. That's, yeah, nice little flyover right there. AWS, that was clear. That's Voyagers in the sheds. I'm not sure this is like train spotting run through Tyneside right now. Voyagers. We've got Class 37 over there, Mark 1s in trial. Class 153, looking up that way, we've got nothing. Ah, Heaton Depot's quite devoted. They normally get at least like 1 freighter in there. Normally, apparently that's where the metro goes, but I don't think it does go there IRL. And we need to start braking now. So we're just going to come and graduate it to brake. Oh, well, step 5, self-lap braking. Because it's just over 1 mile till we have to be stationary. And we made it out of Heaton Depot without crashing, which is always a good thing. Got another Delta coming the other way. So if you did that, you just wouldn't be able to build any brake pressure up to get any significant amount of speed up on this train. There we go. Clear. Yeah, next signal will probably be an amber, and then there'll be a red just after Manners. You can see how small Manners is compared to Central Station there. I'm going to start braking some more to get the speed down. Full service braking now. Bring us down onto 40 at the very fastest. Clear the AWS. 40 release. I don't want to, you know, I'm literally going to try and stick the middle to 2. Well, I've got to stick the front to 1, don't I? Because 3-4 is going to be, well, that is where my blockade is, in terms of places I can't enter. So, yeah, I've got to stop it bang on the money in the platform. But I can't stop it so soon that I can't get any of the passengers off the train. Because that's just realism issues. As I said, this is Manners. It's a commuter station at the minute, but all the East Coast mainline trains southbound are stopping here due to scenery glitches. Clear that. You can see, oh, it's just an amber. I thought it'd be worse than that. Whoa, whoa, step 4. Okay, we're in emergency, unfortunately. Okay, it's just stopped us now at Manners. So folks, thanks for tuning in and welcome to Manners. We've only managed to get the front coach up on the platform because of this issue with the train. Yeah, so it's it's taken us about 40 minutes to get this far south. How long has it actually taken us? I'd like to know. Yeah, so it's taken us 51 minutes, which isn't too bad. I'm going to cut the video here, folks. We can have a look at my errors and the rail carriages I've experienced in this journey. So you can see we stopped where we were meant to stop. Must use emergency brake by accident. Speeding again, that was pretty much an accident. That the Class 9-2 travelled 66 miles in just under an hour, which is pretty good. So that's it from me for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.